right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. One thing that I will share with you about doing a radio show, a talk show, is that maybe it starts in the middle of November or something like that, but we will have offers to interview guests who have written books, who have great credentials, and they will. You have one thing in common, and that is that they have information on how to lose weight. And the idea is that we schedule them in November so they can be on in January, because this is the month where everybody has made a serious commitment, well, not everybody, but many people, a serious commitment to lose weight. And so the challenge that we have, I mean, obviously we're not the weight loss channel. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So the problem we have is that we have so many people offering that same kind of end result that we have to kind of pick and choose. And what I look for are people who seem to have information that rings true. If in other words, you use your gut instinct to say, "Gosh, this sounds like it probably would work," and so I'm going to speak to this doctor as opposed to that doctor, or this author as opposed to that author. And then even with that, even cutting back on the number that we say yes to, we still have enough information out there that it can be confusing. You might hear one doctor who says, carbs are bad. Another one who says, no, fatty food is bad. Another one who says you need probiotics, et cetera, et cetera. It goes on and on. And I'm not saying any of them are wrong. I'm just saying it does become confusing. And the one thing that struck me about our next guest is that he seems to recognize the same problem, that there's just too much information. And I don't know if it's too much. Maybe we just don't know which is the right information for us. Dr. Cliff Thomas is who I'm referring to. He's on the phone. He's a board-certified surgeon. He's experienced in the fields of trauma, pediatric surgery, and major burns. So right there, you wouldn't think this is going to be about diet. But he's also a leader in the areas of weight loss surgery, esophageal weight loss surgery. I might be mispronouncing that, but that's the word that got my attention. What does that mean? He is a lover of life,
yes,
which so am I, especially cinnamon life.
With milk.
With milk, yes. He's written the book called 1 Hour Power Diet. 1 hour can change your life, and it only takes minutes. Let's find out about this. And if I've piqued your attention, then you're probably like me. And I'm not embarrassed to tell you that I really want to shed more. I think I did pretty good this year.
Yes.
When I put on my coat this morning for the first time, it was like, wow, it fits a little bit better, but I could do better. I could do a lot better, so I'm going to pay attention. Dr. Cliff Thomas, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Where are you calling from?
Houston, Texas.
How is it in Houston today?
It's beautiful weather. It's probably about 68 degrees,
Nice.
blue skies. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you for being on the air. Do you agree with what I was trying to say, that it's not that the information is wrong, but we do, as the general public, and we've got our own careers, our own specialties. So when we say, okay, what can I do about this weight thing? And then you go to the bookstore and you're overwhelmed. You don't know which one to go to.
Right. I like the term infobesity. We have way too much information about this subject, and it confuses us. And it really even goes further than that. The science behind most of that information is really, really weak. And so it makes it really hard to tell a person, eat this, not that, and for it to really be founded in quality science. And so it really ultimately comes down to that we're all different. We're going to respond differently to different foods. Our genetics are even different. We actually had different tastes, and culturally we're different. So it makes it nearly impossible for one person to be able to tell somebody else exactly what to eat to get their body back in balance. People are... Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and there's another element to this too. For example, we have a guy who likes to come on, and if you look at his photographs, he is in like perfect fit shape. And so his books are designed to make us in shape like he is. And some people don't really want that. They just want to be healthier.
Yes.
Well, and that's what I think what your goal is. Ultimately, your goal is becoming the real you. Only you know what that person is. And the only reason you're going to even want to make change is because you feel like something's off, something's out of balance. And so it's getting back to that person. It's not becoming a person that you're not and never will be.
Okay. So tell me, what is esophageal? What, I don't even know how to say it. What is that surgery?
Esophageal?
Yeah. Is that, are you, do you,
Yeah, I think throughout my entire training, I really gravitated towards gastrointestinal surgery, and that the esophagus took a lot of my interest. And then 16 years ago, my practice focused on weight loss surgery. And that's really where this whole idea of helping people change their eating habits came along, because I do these amazing operations, which are wonderful tools to help people lose weight, but they only get their long-term success if they change their eating habits.
yeah.
And that's not about eat this, not that. It's about how's your day-to-day life getting in the way to doing some very basic things that change your eating habits. And that's where the juice is.
Okay, so the one question I've asked bariatric surgery guests before, I want to ask you the same question. If you sit down with somebody who's going to opt for surgery to lose weight, you also mentioned to them, as you just said, that even after the surgery is done, you're going to have to change your lifestyle. Could they adapt, whatever the word is, the lifestyle, and then say, you know what, I don't even need the surgery?
Right. This is what happens. Whenever you gain a certain amount of weight, for whatever reasons, there's a variety of reasons, then your body wants to keep that weight. So you can lose the weight, but there's gastrointestinal hormones that are working to drive you right back up to that same weight. And everybody knows that actually is the science, but everybody knows that from experience too. They can lose the weight. Once they lose it, it's like the body's trying really hard to get you back to that same weight. These operations change those gastrointestinal hormones. They reset it back at a lower weight. So your body wants to lose the weight and keep it off. But then you got to do your part. You got to change your eating habits.
So what would the criteria for a person to have an operation that you provide, what do they have to have or not have?
So in general, if they've tried to lose weight and they really haven't been able to, they have tried this or that, and came roughly around 50 or more extra pounds, then weight loss surgery is a really good option. The operation I do is called the sleeve gastrectomy. What's really good about it is it's a very safe operation. It's frankly safer than doing gallbladder surgery. And it's a really powerful tool to help people change their eating habits. It actually feels very normal. But beyond that, I'm trying to help the whole world realize that if they feel like their body's out of balance, changing their eating habits is where you're going to make it happen.
Yeah, and that makes a whole lot of sense. So where does the book? The book says the title, 1 Hour Power Diet. What do we do the other 23 hours? What are we doing differently?
Well, that was a little bit of a satirical jab on all these fast weight loss, because that just doesn't happen. I like what you said at the very beginning, is you said you put on a jacket and you realize that you've made some progress over the year. And that's what you're looking for. Progress every year in the right direction. You know, people tend to show up at the gym and say, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds over a month or two. And if they gained it over 5 years, it may take 5 years to lose that 50 pounds. That's really what you're going for. And you just do it one step at a time.
If a woman is overweight and then you do this weight loss surgery on her and she's of childbearing age, will she be able to have a normal pregnancy after the operation and everything?
Yes, they actually have a more healthy pregnancy, and they become extremely fertile. So it's actually one of the hidden secrets about infertility, that if you're struggling getting pregnant and you really want to get pregnant and you're holding on to extra weight loss surgery is your answer. And you ought to lose the weight first, because then you're going to have a so much healthier pregnancy.
Let's take a little break and we'll be right back. I want to make sure that we're fair to the book, because ultimately I want the listeners to be able to get the book and have success. And 1 year from today say, gosh, look at what a difference it made. And I like the idea that it's not something overnight. That was probably another thing that attracted me to the conversation. Dr. Cliff Thomas, take a little break with us, and we'll be right back with you. 1 Hour Power Diet is the name of the book. 1 hour can change your life, and it only takes minutes. We'll find out exactly what that means when we come back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. For Tuesday, a mix of clouds and sun and becoming breezy. There can be a shower along the coast, the high 59 at the north to 68 at the south. Partly cloudy Tuesday night. There may be a shower in spots along the coast with more clouds. Lows ranging from the upper 40s and low 50s well inland to the low 60s on the beaches. For Wednesday, variable cloudiness and breezy with a passing shower, high 67 to 71. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, Matt Wilkerson here, your mobile Verizon rep. But not just here, I'll deliver the phone to you in your home. While I'm there, I'll only sell you what you need and I'll personalize it to you. Want to have me get you connected? Then call me at 352-528-0020. I even offer unlimited home phone service for just $20 per month. Just call me, your mobile Verizon rep, at 352-528-0020.
All right, 18 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you've made a New Year's resolution to lose weight, then you probably have a better chance of losing weight than if somebody else said to you, you need to lose weight, even if that other person is a doctor. I just truly think that weight loss or any lifestyle change has to come from yourself. You have to be the one who makes that decision. But you can always go for some guidance. Go to your doctor, go to a book. Dr. Cliff Thomas is a doctor, and he does have a book. It is called 1 Hour Power Diet. 1 hour can change your life, and it only takes minutes. So you mentioned that the title is kind of a joke.
Well, it is a joke, but it also, the book is full of game-changing perspectives, little kind of tools that you can go out and try and see how they work and start becoming more aware of how the food and food choices you make every day affect how you feel and perform every day. So that game-changing perspective is really about just checking in 1 hour after eating and asking yourself, how do you feel? How do you feel like your energy is? How do you feel like you're thinking? How does your body want to move? And what you'll realize is that the food volume has a great deal to do with how much energy you have. And so when you eat too much, you want to hit the couch. When you eat the right amount, you want to get out and do something.
Right.
When you eat the right kind of food, you just simply think better. You can do quizzes better. Eat a big, heavy, fatty, meaty meal, you're going to want to hit the couch.
That's really true. That's really true.
You're taking a quiz, you're going to have to keep reading the question over and over because you can't. Yeah.
Do you know how I can relate to this? Let me tell you how I relate to this. And anybody who's ever gone to a buffet knows that you just want to get up and get another plateful. I don't know if it's the money, like you want to get your money's worth or what it is. But if you go to a restaurant where they wait on you and they bring you a plate of food and then you're done with that food, you don't walk out of that place as bloated as you do. For me, anyway, I'm speaking for myself, really. You go to a buffet, I don't know what it is, but it's like all this food, and I got to get more because I just paid my $7.
Exactly.
It's kind of crazy, isn't it? But that's where you feel the bloated. That's where you feel the I don't want to do anything feeling, right?
Exactly. And so what I would like y'all to do is just try this a few times through the week. An hour after eating, check in with yourself and ask yourself, how do you feel? And remember the food that you ate just 1 hour ago. And then start tweaking that a little bit. Realize that when you eat a little bit smaller amount of food, that when you eat more plant food with the meal, that you just feel better. And when you can really just do that contrast, do that self-experiment, you will see your mind rapidly starting to think differently about food. And that's what the book is all about. Giving you some little game-changing perspectives, trying to get rid of some of this bad information that we've shared year after year that's part of that infobesity that's brainwashed us and keeps leading us in the wrong direction, and really starting to tap into your body and how it responds to different food and different eating patterns.
When you're talking about eating patterns in your book, does your book advocate for the 3 basic meals a day, or do you say to split it up like in 6 or 7?
Yeah, so that's very interesting. So I believe that most people need to eat a small volume of food about every 3 to 4 hours. So all you got to do is do your own self-experiment and see if I'm right. Because what you'll realize is when you eat a small volume of food, which is roughly for most people the size of your palm, maybe up to the first knuckle, about every 3 hours, when you eat that volume, you just feel better. But if you eat that volume of food, you've got to eat about every 3 to 4 hours, or you're going to get too hungry, make bad choices, eat too fast, and overeat. So there's no real science behind it except that you feel better when you eat a small volume.
Okay,
of food.
so far I haven't heard you say stay away from. I haven't heard you say stay away from carbs or breads or anything like that. So you're okay with us kind of having a multiple plate, like you're okay with meat, you're okay with veggies, you're okay with breads?
Yeah, and even with meat, you should pay attention to how your body responds to it. And some people feel like they really do respond well to meat, and some people feel like they respond poorly to meat. So you really need to pay attention to your body. But ultimately, I think Michael Pollan summed it up as simple as it gets: is eat real food, small volumes, mostly plants.
And you have a quote in your book, Gold is You and You Are the Solution. How can you keep people from deviating from that? Because you've also got outside forces that monitor your eating habits, especially if you have children or a spouse.
Yeah, so again, the book's full of all kinds of game-changing perspectives, and so one of the things I love to talk about is Gary Chapman's book, The Love Languages, and how we love to show love to ourselves through food and to our children through food and everybody else, and really how that plays into the whole emotional eating. But with that, you learn how to change that and look at it from a different perspective, and that can help dramatically shift the way you do food. So when we give our kids, say, Oreos, it's not quality pleasure food. It's garbage, frankly. But there are things that are really wonderful food that may not be healthy that you might want to eat on occasion. But when we're giving them that kind of food, we're doing it because we're wanting to show love to them. But that's really a dysfunctional way to show love. It's not the healthy way to show love.
No, it sure isn't.
Gary Chapman teaches in his book, The Love Languages, how to show love to yourself in a healthy way and to others.
Yeah. We had a young family in here one time. They had 2 children, and they had never, and I'm not picking on McDonald's, but they had never been to McDonald's or any fast food restaurant. The family was very adamant about eating healthy, and they weren't vegetarians. They ate farm-grazed, whatever they call it.
Farm-fed.
Whatever they call it.
Range Rover or something like that. Beef. They grew their own beef and food.
Buffalo too. They
veggies,
had
yeah.
buffalo meat too. But
Yeah.
these children were very. I mean, they looked healthy to me, and they were really sweet and well behaved. I don't know if that has anything to do with diet, but and they were not obese. And maybe that's the bottom line.
Well, I'm trying to help the world change their eating habits. So even if you're not significantly overweight, but you just feel like your body's out of balance, probably changing your eating habits is the number one way that's going to help you get back in balance.
Let me ask you. Can I ask a related question, but not related necessarily to weight loss? Does eating properly clear up things that you wouldn't consider to be associated with food, like maybe facial, like rashes and things like that?
Absolutely. All kinds of things, all the way from ADD to rashes to headaches. Just the list goes on, and that's where doing your own self-experiment, where you eat a certain way and eat a different way, and contrast the two, and realize that you truly do feel better when you eat a certain volume of food and certain kinds of food. And then when you keep coming back to that, because we like to do what works,
Yeah.
Then it's kind of hard because day-to-day life gets in the way. But when you keep coming back to what works, then over time you're going to create a new habit.
When we hear so much talk about gluten, and you go to the grocery store and everything says gluten-free, and you say, "Gosh, I got to get gluten-free," but I heard that was simply an allergy. That it's kind of like peanuts. If you're not allergic to peanuts, you're fine eating peanuts. Is that the same thing with gluten?
The gluten thing is nearly driving me crazy because I've been a gastrointestinal surgeon for 25 years. I've been actually telling people to go what you'd call gluten-free. Now, I really don't think the gluten molecule, I think you can put that in a capsule. Small studies have been done, and it not affect people. It's the wheat that we have today, the wheat flour that is affecting so many people, and things very close to that. And for example, I had a patient that had bad reflux, and she had this bad rash, and she had all these other gastrointestinal things going on, and I told her how to go gluten-free, and she didn't do it. But finally, a year and a half later, she finally went gluten-free, and it cleared up this rash that she'd been living with for 10 years and saw a ton of dermatologists.
Oh, really?
She came into my office just to tell me that she finally followed my advice, and it cleared up her rash.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Gosh.
So it's not gluten. It's already been labeled as that, so let's just call it gluten. But it is wheat and wheat flour. Wheat that's dramatically changed. And the way to go gluten-free to see if you frankly feel better is to eat nothing but produce, lean meat, mostly drink water, stay away from packaged food completely, and do it for as many days as you can. A week is great. A month is better. But then after you've gotten away from that food, then go out and eat a big pizza and just see how you feel.
Oh my gosh.
And you'll feel horrible.
You'll feel horrible and say, "Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that if I've been going around like this all the time." And that contrast, and that's really the essence of what a lot of the book is about, is teaching you how to think differently about food and then learn how to do your own self-experiment so that you kind of pull the curtain back and you start seeing that the emperor really isn't wearing clothes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is so
I love the
wonderful.
message. All right. We are almost out of time, so I want to make sure the listeners know how to get the book. How do we do that? What's a good way to do that?
So you can get it from any of the online bookstores as well as at many of your bookstores. You can get it from our website, ChangeYourEating.com. We have lots of little tools to help people, a phone app, a mini book that's just basic eating habits that people can get. We have some health bars that are made with all real food.
Nice.
People tend to feel really good with them, and they have no animal protein for those that are concerned about animal protein. And a green drink that just helps you get some nice greens into your diet today if you're struggling with that. Ultimately, though, I want people to eat their food. I want them to go to the grocery store and buy produce.
Okay. And your website is ChangeYourEating.com. Is that right?
That's correct. And we have a Facebook page we'd love for them to like called Change Your Eating as well.
Okay. For the listeners, we did record this interview. It'll be up as a video. Of course, you're going to look at nobody's in the picture because Dr. Thomas is on the phone.
Exactly.
But you can share the audio with everybody or listen to it again. ChangeYourEating.com is the website. 1 Hour Power Diet is the book. Dr. Cliff Thomas, thank you so much for being with us today.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Lillian Wu. Fox News has confirmed that 2 U.S. Special Ops forces have been hurt, 1 killed in Afghanistan while fighting the Taliban.
In the Helmand province. This, according to a U.S. defense official that spoke to Fox News. When a U.S. military medevac helicopter landed to get the wounded U.S. and Afghan troops out of the area, it sustained damage when mortars landed nearby, so that helicopter is now currently on the ground.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Critics sounding out as the president gears up to take executive action on guns in an effort aimed at reducing gun violence.
We have a president that views the Constitution as an annoyance, as an outdated and stale document meant to be manipulated or adjusted to the realities of a new time.
Senator Marco Rubio at a campaign stop in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and a flash flood watch is in effect for some Northern California communities. Fox News, we report. You decide.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but got nowhere. It's hard. Then my daughter was born. Now I have the best reason why to quit in the world. I just need the right how. I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
The Nicoderm CQ patch has unique extended release technology that helps prevent your urge to smoke all day. Tweet hashtag What's Your Why at Nicoderm CQ for a chance to win valuable prizes. Use as directed. Behavioral support increases chances of success.
Any Jane Doe can tell you that Geico could help you save. But since money talks, we just ask the savings instead.
Greetings and sun salutations. I'm Jane's Money, and I never knew my self-worth until Jane switched her car insurance at Geico.com. Those 15 minutes built me up to real savings. Geico's been helping customers save money like me for over 75 years. So take that to the bank. And namaste.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Ooh, ouch. Does pain have you glued to the couch? Yes, unfortunately it's true that every year we must get older.